Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unknown Era podcast with myself, Marty.
This is Troy.
And this week we have a special guest, my friend Rodey.
Hey guys, what's up?
Now, Rodey, introduce yourself. What are you about? What do you do? What's your deal?
Dude, this is personal. Simple. My name is Rodey. I finished film, and now I'm figuring out my life, and that's my deal.
Were you studying something before you went to the film school?
Oh yeah, I had like a legit career. So like I was in nursing, but then realized it wasn't for me, and decided to like change gears and then took a summer intensive where I met Martin.
Yeah,
and that's how I'm here today.
Yeah, and you were gonna come help us out shoot something for the Unknown Era Films channel, but then we decided not to do it. We're gonna push it back. I'm sure people are like hating the fact that we keep doing that. Like, I keep pushing back Rare Candies, but it's because I'm trying to write them and make them actually good. And we're trying to do that with everything, even sketches. But
personal projects, you always want to be something that you're proud of, not something that you're like, that's all right. That's like a C+. I'll take it.
Yeah. So
That'll give me a degree.
Earlier today, Troy and myself went to lunch, and it was good. The Jays game was on, the Blue Jays, and people were really excited about that. And we were talking about Heroes of the Storm. We were talking about video games,
comic book movies,
and comic book movies. Do you play video games, Roddy?
I used to. I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah,
like a very, very long time.
What did you used to play?
Like the PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
The
PlayStation, the Nintendos?
Yeah, Game Boy Color, stuff like that.
Yeah. Were like, as soon as PlayStation came out, were you like, that's my jam, and you kind of like because Troy was a huge GameCube person.
It's because it's the best console. Best games.
That's what you say.
PS2 just has the most. Of course, you're gonna have some good games, and you make 8,000.
Yeah, PS2 had a lot of.
I was pretty much a Sony person for like a long time.
Yeah, I had a GameCube, and then I went straight to PS2. And
because all my favorite GameCube is just Super Mario, and then that's it. Is there anything else?
Troy will be like, no, you have this game,
every
Legend
of Zelda, Paper Mario's.
Okay, yeah.
And Kirby. I have my entire library of every time we go to a used game store, we look at the GameCube games, or at least I do, and I'm like, all my games are like $40 to $60.
Yeah, they are. They're now pretty damn expensive. Well, they're like the same cost as they used to be, but it's weird.
Yeah, and then I have Sleeping Dogs, which says it's $60, but I bought it for $1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those haven't opened.
Those are fun to find. But so earlier we were talking about comic book movies. And we're coming off of the wake of Fantastic Four getting shit reviews and people saying that it's terrible.
Wait, did you guys actually watch it?
No.
Okay.
We're going. I don't give a shit.
Stream it online later for free.
I don't give a shit about what people say. I haven't seen it, but just because I don't want to look up articles and see what the facts are. I'm just gonna go off. I'm a dude on the internet. I'm just gonna go with what I think and not listen to anybody else. No, but I actually looked into stuff about the film.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You looked into it for
well, no, at first, no, I didn't look into it for hours. At first, I was like, oh, I'm hearing it's getting shit reviews, and that was it. But then I actually I read one thing, which was that the director, apparently an early cut, he was more focused on his vision.
Yeah.
But then the studio, 20th Century Fox, was like, nah, we're gonna go this way. And so then as soon as the movie came out, he went on Twitter. He's like, yeah, my early vision of the movie was better. I don't like this one, and probably not gonna work with them again.
Fox. I mean, we talked about many things about how Fox would have the changes they would have made.
Yeah, but that's the entertainment. Fox Entertainment is totally different than Fox News. They're actually owned by two different companies, both who hate each other.
Yeah, I know.
That's what Seth MacFarlane, who makes Family Guy, has talked a lot about that. How he talks to the heads of Fox Entertainment, and they poke fun at Fox all the time. And he's like, they like it. Fox Entertainment loves making fun of Fox News. So
I feel like that's why they get away with so much shit on that show. Cause just be like, and Fox News.
No, so we were talking about our ideas about bad movies and like how like bad movies like I think even though they're getting these kind of shitty reviews, I think people are still gonna go see it. Like it might have lost them a lot of money.
Well, yeah, because you're curious, right? You want to see like how bad can it be? Like that's usually sometimes like I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
Just
just to watch it burn.
But then they say it's super slow. So like I don't know.
Fantastic Four to me is like I don't know.
You hate
I don't know.
them.
I don't hate them. I think it needs a different direction. I think it okay. Here's what I think about the Fantastic Four. It deals with things that other Marvel movies have already dealt with. That's what I think about the Fantastic Four.
I mean,
like
all Marvel movies are.
Like, yeah, well,
their emphasis is family, right? It's like we're the first like Marvel family.
It's family. It's also dealing with turning into a mutant, which is the XMen.
Yeah.
Like, and XMen is also owned by 20th Century Fox.
But
so
that's
it's like
successful.
It's very successful. And it's like, what do we do? Also, we talked about this. It's like they have stupid powers. I'm sorry, but stretching. You say stretching is the worst. I say that turning invisible or the Thing is stupid.
She doesn't just turn invisible. She makes fucking force fields. How is that dumb? She can turn invisible and then fucking
she's Kitty
smash
Power.
Her face.
So she's other X-Men.
Wait, did you
she's 3 of them combined.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Fantastic Fours before this Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
So like one of the things that she can like hide is it. So like I don't know what that is.
That's true.
How does that work though? Like with her powers, she's able to like hide as it.
Part of her body
she just turns
invisible.
part invisible.
Oh, okay, now I get it.
She can. She makes part of her body invisible, which doesn't make sense because actually no, I don't know. The scientific logistics of it don't make any sense. I don't know.
The Human Torch is still the most popular.
Well, yeah, because he fucking turns into fire and
flies.
And fire. The Thing is, he just turns in. He's a rock dude forever now.
But his story is always like just sad, so it's not fun kind of watching a person just be sad for like a whole entire time.
It's like if I'm trying to think of the X-Men. The dude that like can turn into like
metal?
Steel, like
Colossus?
metal. Colossus.
Yeah.
If Colossus couldn't turn back, it's like that'd be him.
I'm sure he'd be cool with that still.
Probably.
It's just metal.
Also, X-Men world is like they hide away and like they with other mutants and stuff.
It's also severely darker.
Yeah. Well, they hide. That's the thing is like they hide away, and the world is like fuck mutants. Let's murder them all. They should all burn. While in the Fantastic Four world, they're out there, like they're
dancing.
They're like everybody knows who they are, and everybody's like, yeah, Fantastic Four.
Well, even if you look at like the X-Men, like the background, the backstory, they acknowledge the Holocaust. Like that's part of Magneto's background.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing with like even Captain America was in World War II. It was just with not Hitler. But like
Wolverine was born in like the early 1900s.
He also hung out in feudal Japan.
And he went through like all the wars in North America.
And but the thing is, they live.
He's Canadian.
Like they show all of like the actual history, but like including the dark things, which there's a shit ton of. And then like there's a few movies that just like glaze over that bad things ever happened.
But that's the thing is like Fantastic Four. The problem should be like how to deal with this stuff. Like it's a very adult theme, if anything. It's not really a kid theme. Like Spider-Man, you can connect with Spider-Man because it's like I'm a young adult and I'm changing. It's like puberty. Like that's basically what the plot is about. It's like I'm changing and I want to do these other things, but I also want to be a superhero. While like Fantastic Four is like, all right, we're what?
The thing is,
and then their friend wants to kill them. Like he's like, I'm Dr. Doom. Woo!
I think Fantastic Four, I think if it stuck to just being like family oriented and just like goes for balls with the camp, I think it would be a good movie. Because like stretching, you can't make that like look legitly like this is a real world serious
This is
issue
cool
with
as shit.
like stretching. Like it's never, it's just ridiculous.
It is really ridiculous.
There's the scene where he goes to grab toilet paper and it's just trailing down the hall with his fucking stretch arm.
God damn it. No,
but see, like, it's fine if it sticks to that. But, like, what problems did they ever tackle in the movie? Like, thinking about, like, the first and second one, what was the only problems they ever tackled in their movie? Only The Thing had a deep plot line, and that was about his wife leaving him because she's a cunt. Sorry, she's like, ew, you're ugly, and then leaves him. He's an astronaut.
Yeah, Johnny Storm
goes off and he's a kid. Like
no, he's just like, this is sweet as shit, and he like, I think he like just flies around. He's like, woo, I'm fucking on fire.
It's basically is.
And like the other two are like, we have to figure out what happened to us. Like they're actually scientists, and they're like, we need to figure this out. And also, we're in love.
Yep.
And then like Dr. Doom comes in, he's like, fuck you guys. Like, you guys abandoned me and thought I was dead.
See, I think it doesn't suffer from, like, being a bad movie.
And then
it suffers from having no actual plot set up. It's just, like, people get powers. And this guy is pissed at them. And that's, like, the whole premise.
And then the second one, Silver Surfer, is like, I want to destroy Earth. And they're like, we should protect it.
But that one got higher ratings.
Yes, it did.
Because it had a better plot line.
Yeah, I guess so. Also, Silver Surfer is kind of interesting, sort of. I guess. But that's the thing is like I remember watching the early, like, it was really old, but like the Fantastic Four cartoon.
Oh, is that about the like legit
they're
like
in
one?
Space. That's what they do. They have a funny robot sidekick too.
Yeah, but we already have Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, you're talking about Star Wars. Where they had an R2-D2 who could talk though. He actually
they
spoke.
have a tree.
And they also, that's, I guess so. But he just says 4 words. Sorry.
Well,
Spoilers.
maybe they just don't care. Like the thing is though, like with Fantastic Four, like I heard if you read the articles and stuff like that, that it was trying to like maintain that they have the rights so that way they can keep it. So maybe that's why they kind of did a shit job because like it's just have it now and then we can do a better job later maybe.
Well, it's like the Spider-Man movies. They have to keep making movies even if they take losses on it because they know that they lose the rights if they don't.
Like I said,
they
should. The next one that they make should be the storyline with the black teen Spider-Man. That would be really interesting.
No, but that's not gonna happen.
There's
like an email saying that like that can never happen.
I know, it's stupid. The Sony leaks are dumb. No, but like that would
dumb
be
but funny to read. Sad though.
Actually, yeah, because I remember reading one thing where it was like, I remember seeing someone talk about one thing where it was what was it? In certain. For a certain advertising thing, they could only use a certain shade of blue because if they use this specific shade of blue, it makes people horny.
What?
That was an actual discussion about blue, just the color blue, and like, don't use this shade of blue for this advertising because it makes people aroused. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, actually, when it comes to advertising, there's a lot of concerns with like subliminal parts.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that subconsciously happen, and in an ad, if you know that could be a thing, you lose money because it distracts them from what you're thinking.
Oh, money. Dang money.
That's why Danny got out of advertising.
Yeah, it's
all
true.
about money.
No, but going back to bad movies.
So not a Jesse J song?
What? That's a bad joke, Troy.
But now it's songs in your head, maybe.
No,
Is
never. What is some of your favorite bad movies that you watch? Like, what's something that's like, this is great, this is terrible, but it's great at the same time?
There's a bunch of horror movies that I watch that are terrible.
Like what?
Latest one that I watched was Quarantine, which is a American remake of Wreck, which was a Spanish movie. But like that one was like much better. This one was using Dexter's sister, whoever plays her.
Yeah.
She's like the lead in this
His ex-wife.
Yeah, like it's all right. Like it's not bad. It's just it's like clearly a remake of it.
Yeah. No, but I remember when that movie first came out and like the teaser was like,
I think teaser's the ending.
Everybody thought it was like going to be a monster movie, like a Godzilla movie, and then it's like, nope, it's
rabies. Spoilers. 8 years later.
It really helps when you say spoilers after the spoiler.
That's just how we do.
No, my favorite bad movies are like the only horror bad movie, because I don't really like horror movies. The only bad horror quotation marks is Troll 2. You mentioned it earlier. That movie is so fucking funny. It's so funny. It's like 3 hours long too.
Bad acting, bad writing.
It's legitimately 3 hours. It can't be 3 hours. It's too much.
It's it feels like it.
Yeah.
Like it's like 2.5 easily.
That's really long for a Troll movie.
It's so. It's not a sequel.
Wait, no, Troll 2? Shit.
No, it's not a sequel.
There's no trolls in it either.
I didn't know that.
No, okay, no. So there is a documentary made years afterward by the dude that played the kid in that movie, who like was the main character, and he went out to make a documentary saying that this was the worst movie ever made, and he went and talked to every character, every actor again, just to ask their experiences. And then what he was able to do is there was a convention where they finally got almost all the actors back, and they did a panel, and he actually got the director. And so it was all Americans except for the director. The director and the director's wife are Italian. They barely speak English, and they wrote it like really like thinking like, yeah, no, we understand American culture. And so the movie is not a sequel to anything. There was no Troll 1. And then the other thing too is that this is really funny because at the convention they're like, all right, we're gonna open up to Q&A. Does anybody have any questions? No one puts up their hand. One dude in the middle like stands up and puts up his hand like, yeah. And he's like, why would you make a movie called Troll 2 when there's no Troll 1, and also you don't call any monsters in the movie trolls? And then the director stands up, he's like, there's trolls in the movie, and everybody in the audience shouts out, you called them goblins. And he's like, same fucking thing. He sits down. That's the thing, is they're goblins. In the movie, it's goblins, and the town that they're in is called Nilbog, which is goblin spelled backwards.
Oh, okay. So
and that's it. Like it's so ridiculous and amazing and funny, and there's so many funny goddamn parts from it. Everybody knows just the one clip,
God.
like they're eating here and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god! Like they just take that section down. It's on the internet. It's a huge hit. But there's other things like there's the kid that like gets turned into popcorn, and like there's There's the kid who like keeps him up at night. Oh, he interrupts dinner, and then the dad like throws him into his bed. He's like, I'm gonna have to put another notch in my belt and tighten it so I don't feel hunger pains. That's what you get for disrespecting. And he's just like a really angry dad, and it's really funny because you can tell he's trying to be a really good actor, but he's not. It's hilarious. It's such a bad movie. Other than that, bad action movies are my favorite. Like I told you, I've told you many times, Tango and Cash. It's the funniest movie ever.
I don't know what that is.
It's Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. No.
And what's his name? Shit.
Jesse Eisenberg.
No, fuck you, Troy. Oh, son of a bitch. I can't remember. He was in fuck. I don't remember. But it's two cops in LA. One is like the best cop in LA, in North LA, and one's the best cop in South LA. And like they're always competing against each other, and like the one dude plays like the gritty cop, like that goes like outside the rules because he wants justice, and then Sylvester Stallone plays like by the books, and he like wears a suit and has glasses, and he's like super like uppity. And it's really funny because they basically make fun of every other role that they've ever done. Like at the beginning of the movie, like he stops a tank truck that's just filled with cocaine, and like he stops it by himself, and then one of the cops is like, "Who do you think you are, Rambo?" And Sylvester Stallone turns to look at him. He's like, "The difference between me and Rambo is that Rambo's fake, I'm real." And like he was walking, and basically the plot of the movie is that they both get called to a crime scene, and it turns out that they both end up there together, and then they get pinned for a crime for murdering someone, so they both get sent to jail and they get framed. and then they try to break out of jail, and they figure out who did it, and then the rest of the movie they're trying to get to the dude's compound to kill him, but like it all of a sudden turns into this like crazy movie where they have like machine guns and they're just going into this compound and killing literally everybody, and once they do it they kill the guy, and it's like, sweet, we did it. And then the city's just like, oh, you killed this giant crime lord and you freed yourself, you're not in trouble anymore, even though you just killed fucking hundreds of henchmen. It's so funny. It's super like homoerotic, like bromance too, and it's just amazing.
It's that of its time action movie.
Oh, it's great.
Have you seen The Kingsman? Because
No,
it
I
kind of
haven't
reminds me
seen
of that, where it's just like there's scenes where just fucking everyone is killing each other.
Oh yeah. No, I love those movies. Like White House Down, that's a fucking great movie too. I actually think it's a good movie. It's like Die Hard, except it's Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx.
That's the one where like there's two movies that came out at the same time. They're exactly alike, right? Olympus Has Fallen or something like that.
No,
that's like those are basically the two same movies. Like the whole
one just got
trend.
overshadowed.
Yeah.
Maybe,
well, one
I
had
don't
Channing
know.
Tatum, so I guess that's probably why it overshadowed.
I love that movie. It's so funny. What about you, Roddy?
All I think I can remember like bad movies that I don't know, like Death Race, like the original.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Like I love the original Death Race because it's just ridiculous. Like his fake hand actually is a bomb, and some parts are just really sad. Where like if you kill people, you get points.
Yeah.
So like there's that one scene where like the hospital gets all like they're sick and elderly, and like puts them out. And like basically just runs right through them, and each of them are cheering because they got points. Like it's really sad, but then funny because it's kind of true.
Is that like the Death Race 2000 or whatever?
That's the original. It had like the dude that's Bill from Kill Bill.
Oh, yeah.
That was in Kung Fu, the series.
I know who you're talking about. I forget his name. The dude that like sadly killed himself. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you're talking about. And then they made the remake with
like Jason
Statham.
Statham, and it's like legitly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the remake, but
That
the
one-
original is actually quite funny because it's just ridiculous, like nudity out of nowhere. It's just awesome.
That's amazing.
Like,
those movie premises are so funny to me.
Yeah. Actually, okay, so the movies that I continue to watch that are bad is I'll put every Paranormal Activity after 2. I still watch every single one.
Really?
What was another series that I watched? I watched every Final Destination, even though it's just the same movie. Essentially. They get creative sometimes. Like,
No, like they're really creative though. Like
Yeah.
I think I watched like all of them, but I'm kind of waiting for like a six one, but it's not just coming out.
I haven't really watched those movies. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Paranormal Activity still has another one coming out,
Uh,
even though they're on 6. I've watched all the Saw movies.
But some of those aren't terrible movies. Some of those are actually
No, okay, so Saw.
good.
The problem that happened with Saw, and the one thing that pissed off people is they're like, why is there a movie every 9 months? They had everything written from 1 to 7. Like it was
Yeah.
it was basically
Yeah, I
a
heard
book
about
that was
that.
finished. And the problem that kind of came up was like on paper, you can have a convoluted plot because you can
Yeah.
kind of pay attention to nuances, reread a section. If you miss something in a scene that has a lot happening, you don't pick up on it, and then small things that happen are like lost.
Okay.
And so it seems like they're bad movies, but they're not. Like there's a lot of underlying story,
Mm-hmm.
but there's only it's kind of like the new Mad Max movie. There's probably like 15 minutes of actual story.
It's so good.
But that's the thing
don't
is
care.
it's the
so
the
good.
other parts that people show up for.
Yeah.
There is plot, you just kind of lose out on it.
No, it's kind of like I keep hearing more and more people talk about them, but like what is it? Mission Impossible just came out, and like this is number 5 or 6.
it surprisingly did really well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't
Well,
expect that. Yeah.
It's like I think if you get into the series, you would like really find it interesting. Same with Fast and the Furious. I heard people who
yeah.
fucking love that series, and people are like, it's just great cars, and like people are like, no, it's like a superhero movie, like, because that's what it is. It's just ragtag team of criminals, and like they drive fast cars and it's epic action scenes. It's like I kind of want to go back and watch it. And like I've heard like people like on what was it, on Freddie Wong's podcast, they for the last one that came out, they like sat and rated which movies like in line, like this is the best is this one, and then it's this one, and they were like going really in depth with all of them. I was like, I kind of want to do that just because, like, one, they just be entertaining and it's like nothing too serious, and it's just like you just sit down and relax.
Well, I think it was after
have
like
fun with it.
Once they hit 4, they're like, we got to stop trying to be realistic.
No, what I heard,
kick it into the next level.
Well, what I heard is like 1 and 2. 1's good, 2 is like and then like we don't know if we're going to continue on with the series. And then they did Tokyo Drift, which was like totally something else.
Yeah.
But people
Has no
love it
because that drifting.
Well, it's like
have you watched that movie recently?
Yeah, not recently.
I have. If you rewatch it, it's like when you watch it, you're like, this is really of the time when like people are like, whoa, Need for Speed Underground, man, drift rate, and it was like that entire scene.
But like, and then 4 is named like one of the worst ones, but it's because they were trying to come back into the series. And then 5, people are like, 5 is amazing because they finally realized they're like, we got to get everybody back. And we gotta just go back to our roots.
Is that one with The Rock?
Yeah, and that's where The Rock came in.
That's The Rock.
And that's the other.
There you
thing
go. There's
too.
your answer.
So then I remember I saw Fast 5. I think I saw 6. I can't remember. But like all I heard
all just blurs.
All I heard is well, it's just because it's like unless like you're a hardcore fan, I'm sure you could be like, no man, in 5 like this and this happens, and it's like, but to me it's like they drive. That's it.
Have you ever seen the picture of what they were stealing in the first movie? Like if we could go back.
What they were stealing?
Yeah.
Is it just money?
Wasn't it a car?
No. in the very first movie, the entire thing is about the guy that's going underground to break into this ring of people that are stealing from the pickup truck, like the actual transport trucks.
Okay.
They were stealing VHS machines.
They're stealing VHS machines?
That's how old the movie is.
Oh, that makes me feel
Because
so
this is back when they were like $250. Like, did you ever have like an original DVD player?
Yeah.
Shit was like $200. Wasn't cheap.
Wow.
So that's what they were
weird.
stealing. And it's so funny.
Wow. That's amazing.
They're the people that it fell off the truck onto.
That's hilarious.
Well, and I guess people love it too because they probably grew up with it then, right? Like it's just something that comes from time to time.
Yeah,
like, you
like
just remember.
the original movie was back in like early 2000.
That's so crazy. Wow.
It's like 15 years of your life, Fast and Furious.
I remember when like the first DVD players came out. I remember that was a big deal.
That's when the Fast and Furious came out on that.
I guess so.
You know what didn't? Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gone in 60 Seconds is a great movie.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
That's another good bad movie.
I mean, okay, then Nicolas Cage. Then
yeah.
basically, they just say Nicolas Cage, and there's your answer for a lot of
Nicolas
things.
Cage, Angelina Jolie. Who else is in that movie?
Jolie's
Ving
in that?
Rhames. There's a few other really good actors in that movie, and it's just like this. Actually, no, Ving Rhames isn't in the movie. It's another guy. Who else is in that movie?
I don't remember anyone.
Oh,
All I know is the movie is
funny.
terrible, but so good.
It's so good. Like I remember me
Just
and
like
my
the
friends.
slow rider scene where he's just like,
Yeah, the slow rider scene is so.
okay, let's go.
Low rider. No, it's low
Oh,
rider.
it's the low rider.
It's so funny, just like, because it's like, what is it? Nicolas Cage's younger brother, like him, like Nicolas Cage and his buds, like used to steal cars, and then they got out of the game because it got too dangerous, and then they split up, and then it turns out his little brother's in it now, but he's way in over his head. He's gonna get killed by this dude. So then Nicolas Cage comes in, and the dude's like, I'm gonna kill your brother unless you can get these 50 cars, specific cars. So he's like, I need to bring my gang back, and like we gotta do this again. And then it just gets silly, like, because it's the old style and the new style, and you can tell like it was at that point where they're like the best part has to be like the one character, like the young black kid who like is really like racially profiled in that movie, where he's like, yeah, come on man, we gotta steal these cars, and like, whoa, calm down. There's some other really good actors in that movie too. There's like what is his name, Robert Duvall's in that movie. It's so funny. It's so weird too.
Well, like that's a lot of old movies for people though. Like when you look back and you're like, oh, I remember how great this movie was, and you kind of go back and you're like, oh, it really wasn't that great.
That was when Nicolas Cage had blonde hair.
Yeah,
he had blonde hair for that movie. I'm pretty sure. God, that's so weird.
Like National Treasure time.
National Treasure's a great movie too. National Treasure 2. Treasure Harder.
I believe it was called something of Independence.
Was it? No.
National Treasure 2.
It's on Netflix. So if you want to watch it, it's there.
Boogaloo. National Treasure 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Thanks, Connor.
It was a terrible joke. But yeah, no, bad movies are interesting.
But they do like Fast and Furious or Wrong Turn. Wrong Turn is a bunch of series, and that I didn't think it was successful, but has like up to like 6 or 5 now. Wrong Turn, do you remember that?
No.
With like a bunch of like
Campy horror fest.
Oh really?
It's like
it was that they went down the wrong road. They took a wrong turn, and then there's cannibals on this road.
Oh shit.
yeah.
Ever seen Cabin Fever? They're making.
Oh yeah.
I think they're remaking a new one of it, which is terrible because they made a sequel, which was also terrible.
First one was legitly gross though. I still remember her shaving and like she's like shaving off her skin.
Yeah.
That was legitly gross.
This is why I don't watch these
The second one
movies.
includes prom, and he's like making out with this chick in the pool, and then he's getting the virus, and he just like disintegrates into the pool.
This is why I don't watch these movies. I just remember like, what was it? It was like a week ago or something. We had a discussion about ginger snaps and Jeepers Creepers.
Ginger Snaps, like if you rewatch that movie now, it's so hard to get past the effects. You're like,
I love
of its
Jeepers
time.
Creepers 1 and 2 just because the premise is hilarious. Just like kids on a bus and they break down in the middle of this cornfield and they're like, all right, we just gotta get out of the bus, and then they just start dying. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, but it also suffers from like the Jason and Freddy, like the
They
teenage
can't
stereotypes
do anything.
are so overdone.
Yeah. No,
It's like, I'm the ditzy high schooler talking to this football player. That's the jock. Not with those nerdy kids.
They're doing another remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Why would you need another
Yeah.
remake?
Because
What do you call that now?
Wait,
it's just going to be called Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, that's all it's going to be called. It's just Nightmare on Elm Street again. Like, they did. So every single Nightmare on Elm Street was the same actor. I can't remember his goddamn name, but he's amazing. He's
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, well,
Oh, no,
the actor isn't Freddy fucking
Is it with,
Krueger.
like Rob?
I don't
No,
remember.
I don't know, yeah.
But like, it was the same dude, and then the remake, they got the dude that played Rorschach from Watchmen, which was a good choice. Like, he was creepy, but it wasn't that great of a movie. Now they're remaking it again. It's like, just get the original dude who's really creepy and weird
Probably
and
dead.
campy. He's not dead.
No, he's alive.
No, but like, the thing about Freddy Krueger is he was like really campy too. Like, he was just like, I'm gonna fuck with you kind
Yeah,
of
but
thing.
see,
It's like,
that was within the realm of like, because it was in the dreamscape, right?
Yeah,
He's
it was-
allowed to get away with that bullshit.
yeah, that's what makes
for
it
fucking
funny.
Jason,
No, Jason
dude doesn't run. You can always get away. You can always get away.
Wait, you can't.
No, you could literally walk at a slightly faster pace and you'll
But
never
he
get
still
killed.
kills you. Same with fucking Michael Myers.
Yeah, I know, but
He just walks.
slowly.
Yeah. And he still kills
It drives me
everybody.
insane.
He still kills everybody because they can't die. Jason's only weakness is water. And that's why-
Yeah, and it covers 66% of the earth.
Yeah, but that's why, like, in the one where it's like in New York City, the only time he just keeps going and going and going. The only time that it ends up like killing him is they go into the sewers, and then he dies.
No, they always kill him in every movie, and then he just comes back.
and then he comes back. Yeah, they all do, Troy. They all do.
No, actually, Jason X, they put him
In
down.
space.
They shot him into space and they froze him, and then he came back alive.
No, they brought because he was frozen. Because I watched the movie because it's bad.
Yeah, I watched the movie.
And they
I
bring him
I
back,
haven't seen that movie forever.
And then
ago.
he gets blown to bits, but he falls into the regenerator machine.
Oh yeah.
Convenient plot mover.
My favorite part. No,
and then he comes back and he beats up the chicks that are in the sleep.
That's the best
Yeah.
part of that movie.
He
That
beats
is
them
the
up
greatest
in the
part of that
sleeping
movie.
bag.
Just, I remember we put that. I remember when I was in high school and that movie came out, and we put it on, and like we watched it, and like people fell asleep, and like it wasn't that great. And then me and like 3 friends were still up watching it, just making fun of it the entire time. And it came to that point, and remember how on like DVD players you could set like a and B point, and it just repeats that point.
No, I didn't know it was
You could
future,
do
but
that.
yeah.
And so you set up like a start point and an end point. It just loops. We just set that up at the beginning of like when he's like hitting them
Beating
back
them.
and forth between the trees, and we just repeated that because it was just so funny because of the sound effects. It was like no music, just the sound effect of the girls getting hit.
Screaming.
They weren't screaming. They were
Were
just
they giggling? No.
no. They were like, like they were just getting hit, and then like he stops, and then like takes the sleeping bag and like slams it on the ground, and all you hear is and like it's just like the sound of their like bones breaking.
Imagine if that was
It's
just a Wilhelm scream. Every
Yeah.
time. That would be perfect.
It was just on repeat over and over and over, and we just died laughing.
And
We're
you
like,
make it-
I don't care what the rest of this movie is. This is too funny.
They make a gif of that. It's just like just that, but with a Wilhelm scream.
But gifs can't have sound, Troy. It'd just be
You
a
just play the audio
loopable video.
file over top.
Well, that's too much work. You might as well just put like 10 repeats on YouTube, and then you're good.
Yeah.
That's a great scene. No, there's some Freddy versus Jason.
Aw, Kelly Rowland. Sorry,
was-
some of her death.
That was a. I remember watching a movie and be like, "This is sweet," and then like there's like all the teen parts, and it's like, "This sucks."
Well, that's like all the that's like the AVP, which I still think is a good movie.
AVP is a great movie.
Yeah, fuck everyone.
I love Alien vs Predator.
Remember it.
Alien vs Predator 2 though, meh.
I don't know why like everyone was like, "Well, it's a terrible movie." It's like, guys, what did you expect?
Alien vs Predator is
They
great.
fight a lot. That's
They
pretty much
do.
what you wanted.
Yeah, it's great.
I think
not a lot
people
of-
want it sooner though, because there's a whole lot of like boring, like kind of going in there,
That's
like
true.
explanation.
Yeah, it's a
And
slow
it's only
start.
until the end where you're like, yes, and then by the time it's over, it's kind of done.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, now we get to it, and then like I don't know.
Also because it's like the one Predator. Well, actually, no. It's how many? There's like 3 of them or
Yeah,
something,
there's
and then
3
2 of them
Predators.
die, and then
Wait, did it come like?
last one
Was there a
I think
hybrid?
it's pregnant. Spoiler. What? Well, it's Alien vs Predator 2. Duh. No, but that was funny.
Did you
It-
see Prometheus?
Oh,
yeah, I did see
gosh.
from. I saw it when it opened.
Same.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It was just straight up meh. I'm really excited about the new Alien though. Okay,
With
so-
the guy
so-
Neil
so
Blomkamp? No,
Neil Blomkamp.
Blomkamp. Oh,
He's
close.
making Aliens
Concepts.
5 technically, and
I was just gonna call it
Sigourney Weaver.
Aliens.
Sigourney Weaver is on board with it, and she's seen it. And she's like, "This is great. This is nothing like what fucking Fincher fucked up with Aliens 3 and what Alien Resurrection was."
Well, Aliens 3 was the complete clusterfuck on everybody.
Well, Aliens.
They didn't have even a fucking finished script, and they were shooting.
Yeah.
That would've been us today.
It's yeah, but this new Alien should be good. And then Ridley Scott's making Prometheus 2. And I have no idea how it's supposed to tie into the goddamn movie. At the end of Prometheus, it's like you see like you think it's the xenomorph, and you're like, is that? I don't know.
What was
Like,
that movie with Jaden Smith and Will Smith on like
That's After Earth, and that's a totally different thing.
on the like planet?
Yeah, it's After Earth.
Okay,
It's a bad movie.
I'd imagine.
That's just straight up a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's about
Unless you
like,
really like Jaden Smith, and it's a wonderful movie, but like
it's basically the basic plot of that movie is, hey, we need humans to fight for this thing, and then they're like we need the chosen one, and then it turns out that Jaden's supposed to be the chosen one, and everybody's like, you can do it, and like his dad's like
But he was
really
the Karate
fucking
Kid.
his dad's like really fucking mean to him. I'm just gonna pass over your joke. Your jokes aren't funny. No, but yeah, no. Some bad movies are fun though. Like it's not. The other thing too is like a lot of these bad movies become cult classics. So like The Room. The Room's just a cult classic now.
But that's because it's so bad. You have to hit a certain level of bad. Like you cannot be bad. Like you can't be like a 4 or like a 3 or a 4. You have to be like a 0.5
Yeah.
out of 10. Like you have to be so bad that everything's such a clusterfuck that watching it, you're clearly watching the worst possible movie. And then it branches into comedy by doing so.
Yeah.
Because then every genre becomes comedy.
It's like you can't like the latest Godzilla won't become a classic.
This
Just
was a
'cause
good movie. It wasn't even a bad movie.
It wasn't too bad.
It was
Last-
entertaining.
Last 20 minutes.
It's a superhero movie.
The last 20 minutes are great. because it's actually Godzilla. The first whatever minutes are like trying to feel sympathy for these characters, and then it's like, I don't care. I want to watch. Like it's basically should just be a movie where it's like, go watch Pacific Rim. If you want monsters fighting giant robots, go watch that. Otherwise,
well, yeah, this was
meh.
This was a different take on Godzilla. This was Godzilla, like this was like people dealing with Godzilla, not. Well, it wasn't even Godzilla. Spoilers, it's not Godzilla, it's the bad guy. But like it's about
then Godzilla comes out.
anybody's helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like the thing is, like the point of the movie is not so much that like it's, oh my god, watch this giant monster fight this other giant monster. It's no, watch these fucking humans attempt to do anything against something that they can't.
I still say it was bad.
If you wanted a bad movie, go watch Godzilla 2000.
It's not terrible. It has a good soundtrack. Actually, it has a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, they're talk to raptors.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's
Anyways.
considered like the worst one.
Whatever. Anyways, we've reached the end of the podcast.
People consider this the worst podcast, but some people will be thinking it's the funniest.
Oh no, this is
one.
gonna be called cult classic. It's gonna be like so underground that people are gonna like put it onto like CDs or tapes and then like pass it to each other. Records. That's too expensive. I don't know if people do that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and leave down in the comments what your favorite bad movie is. And I'd like to thank Rodey for joining us. Kind of just threw you into the mix here. Hopefully, I have you on again. Some other people. We want more friends and guests.
We got
to
one
come
more
on.
slot there.
Yeah, we can have a fourth. Now it's an orgy. Anyways, as always, I am Marty here with Troy, and we're gonna catch you on the flip side. That was terrible. Thought it was gonna sound cool, and then as it was leaving,
anytime you say flip side, it will never.
as it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, nope. All right, see you guys. Thanks for listening.